Hello gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. If you're watching this, you probably already know the score. You're over 50, you've started to notice the changes, and you're looking for a real edge. Maybe your energy's not where it used to be, your muscles don't feel as firm, or your drive just isn't what it once was. All of that often traces back to one critical hormone, testosterone. Now we talk a lot about the basics, lifting weights, getting proper sleep, lowering stress. Those things are vital. But today, we're going to talk about something more subtle, something you probably eat every single day thinking it's healthy: fruit. You've been told your whole life to eat more fruit. And while that advice has its truth, not all fruit treats your body the same way, especially when it comes to your hormones. Some fruits can quietly work against your testosterone by spiking your blood sugar and increasing inflammation, while others can do the exact opposite: nourish your testosterone factory and help your energy, focus, and performance come back online. So today, I'm going to walk you through the 4 fruits you need to be cautious with and the 4 powerful fruits that should be part of your daily routine if you want to naturally boost testosterone. These are small changes that can have a massive impact on how you feel, move, and perform every single day. And make sure you stick around until the end, because once you understand how these foods affect your hormones, you'll never look at your fruit bowl the same way again. I'll also share a few simple timing and pairing tips that can make a huge difference in your energy, focus, and drive throughout the day. The first fruit you need to significantly limit, gentlemen, is the mango. Now, hold on. I know what you're thinking. Mangoes have been the go-to tropical treat forever. They're sweet, refreshing, and have been praised for decades as a rich source of vitamins and antioxidants. They show up in smoothies, breakfast bowls, and post-workout snacks, and they taste incredible after a long day. But here's the kicker. A single ripe mango can contain more sugar than a glazed donut. It's the kind of healthy food that quietly works against you when you're not looking. And yes, it's perfectly fine for someone who's lean, highly active, and burning through carbs all day long. But for the average man over 50, especially those of us carrying a little extra weight around the midsection or living a more sedentary lifestyle, that sugar load becomes a major hormonal disruptor. A single mango can pack 40 to 45 grams of sugar, nearly 10 teaspoons. When you eat that much simple sugar quickly, you trigger an instant insulin surge. Your pancreas rushes to control the flood, and your liver starts converting the excess into fat. Over time, this constant demand forces your cells to tune out the signal, driving you toward insulin resistance. And here's the hormonal connection. Multiple studies show that men with insulin resistance have up to 25% lower free testosterone compared to metabolically healthy men. The more your insulin spikes, the more your T drops, and the easier it becomes for estrogen to take over. The entire balance of your hormonal ecosystem gets thrown out of alignment. If you've been feeling sluggish, soft around the middle, or struggling with drive, that innocent mango might be part of the reason. If you absolutely can't give it up, be strategic. Choose a smaller, slightly underripe mango, which contains more resistant starch and less simple sugar. And critically, always pair it with a handful of healthy fat, like walnuts, almonds, or a scoop of Greek yogurt. That fat helps cushion the sugar delivery, slowing the absorption rate and blunting the dangerous insulin spike. Eat it after a resistance workout, when your muscles are primed to use glucose for recovery rather than store it as fat. It's a simple shift, but it prevents one of nature's sweetest fruits from quietly dismantling your hormonal foundation and keeps your testosterone working for you, not against you. The second fruit you need to be careful with, gentlemen, is the pineapple. It's tropical, tangy, and often promoted as a digestion-friendly superfruit because of its bromelain enzyme. But what's rarely mentioned is how concentrated its sugar really is. A single cup of pineapple chunks can contain over 20 grams of simple carbohydrates, almost pure fructose and glucose. Here's the issue. Pineapple digests lightning fast. Within minutes, that sugar hits your bloodstream and spikes insulin levels through the roof. And when insulin spikes repeatedly, your testosterone production takes a hit. Insulin resistance is one of the most common hormonal handbrakes men over 50 face. It lowers total and free T while nudging estrogen higher. If you're active, the occasional serving after a heavy workout is fine. That's when your muscles can use the sugar for glycogen replenishment, but eating pineapple casually as a snack while sitting on the couch, that's where it becomes a problem. If you can't part ways with it, choose smaller portions. Combine it with protein like cottage cheese or Greek yogurt, and avoid it late at night when your metabolism slows down. A simple adjustment that helps you enjoy the fruit without wrecking your hormonal rhythm. Next, let's talk about canned fruit, especially those stored in syrup. On the surface, it looks innocent enough. It's convenient, inexpensive, and labeled as 100% fruit. But here's the truth. Once it's sitting in that syrup, it's essentially swimming in liquid sugar. Even the so-called light syrup versions can contain 15 to 25 grams of added sugar per half-cup serving. Every spoonful sends a rush of glucose into your bloodstream, forcing your body to pump out insulin to keep up. Over time, that roller coaster of highs and crashes leads to chronic inflammation, and inflammation is a silent testosterone killer. Studies have shown that men with higher inflammatory markers like CRP consistently test lower in free testosterone and have poorer sexual function. If you want fruit that's easy to store, go frozen instead. Frozen fruit is typically picked at peak ripeness and flash frozen, preserving nutrients without added sugar. If canned fruit is your only option, drain and rinse it thoroughly to remove as much syrup as possible. Small step, big difference. The last fruit on the limit list might surprise you: watermelon. Now don't get me wrong, it's hydrating, it's light, and it's one of the most refreshing things you can eat on a hot day. But the problem is portion-size watermelon has a high glycemic index, meaning it digests incredibly fast. Eat a few small pieces and you're fine. Eat half a melon and you're basically drinking sugar water. That rapid blood sugar rise sets off the same insulin surge we've been talking about, and once insulin resistance starts creeping in, testosterone takes the fall over time. That sweet summer habit can add up to fatigue, stubborn belly fat, and that feeling of, I just don't have the same edge I used to. Here's the fix. If you love watermelon, keep your portions small and always pair it with something fatty or high in protein, like a few slices of cheese or a handful of nuts. That slows digestion and prevents the hormonal whiplash that follows. Moderation turns watermelon from a hormonal disruptor into a harmless treat. And before we move on to the next step, I want to quickly mention something special I've created that ties perfectly into what we're talking about. It's called the All-in-One Men's Vitality and Intimacy Blueprint, a complete guide designed for men over 50 who want to rebuild their energy, confidence, testosterone, and overall health naturally. Inside, I share the same methods I use in my own practice, helping men restore vitality, improve circulation, and reignite both their body and their relationships. It even includes recipes that boost testosterone and performance naturally. You'll find the link in the description and pinned comment. It's the perfect next step if you're ready to go beyond quick fixes and truly master your vitality and connection. Now, let's move into the fruits that support testosterone. The first fruit that deserves a daily place in your diet is the kiwi. Now, most men overlook it. It's small, simple, and doesn't have the same flash as tropical fruits. But that's exactly why it's powerful. Kiwis are absolutely loaded with vitamin C and antioxidants, and that's critical because oxidative stress is one of the biggest silent killers of testosterone. When your body's under oxidative load from poor sleep, processed foods, or chronic stress, the Leydig cells in your testes literally can't produce testosterone efficiently. Vitamin C lowers cortisol, boosts nitric oxide for better blood flow, and helps your cells recover from daily stress. The result? More energy, sharper focus, and stronger mornings. If you really want to get the most from it, eat the kiwi with the skin on. That's where a lot of the fiber and plant compounds live. Slice it thin, mix it into yogurt or oatmeal, and you'll get a steady, slow release of natural sugars instead of a spike. And timing matters too. A kiwi in the morning supports healthy cortisol rhythm and digestive function, setting your hormones up for the day. Small fruit, big impact. It's one of the simplest, most underrated testosterone allies you can add to your routine. The second fruit that quietly supports male hormones is the black grape. Now, this one's fascinating. The darker the grape, the higher the resveratrol content, and that compound is a powerhouse for male health. It improves endothelial function, meaning stronger blood flow, and protects the very cells that make testosterone from oxidative damage. Resveratrol also helps your body use insulin more efficiently, reducing the hormonal drag that comes with high blood sugar. That's a double win: better circulation and better hormonal balance. But here's where most men go wrong. They drink grape juice or wine thinking it's the same thing. It's not. Whole grapes give you the fiber, antioxidants, and nutrients without the sugar bomb. Eat a small handful with breakfast or as part of your post-workout meal. Pair them with nuts or cheese to balance blood sugar and extend energy release. The result? A fruit that fuels your hormones, supports recovery, and even sharpens your mind thanks to improved oxygen delivery. Next is a fruit that most men don't even realize counts as fruit: the olive. Gentlemen, olives are nature's hormone primer. They're full of monounsaturated fat, vitamin E, and polyphenols that directly fuel testosterone synthesis. Think of them as the foundation your hormones are built on. Without healthy fats, your body simply can't make testosterone. It's like trying to build a house with no brick. And there's more. The antioxidants in olive oil protect your arteries and reduce inflammation, keeping blood flow strong and stable, a critical factor for both performance and vitality. Make olives and olive oil part of your routine. Add a handful to salads or have a few before dinner. Drizzle extra virgin olive oil over vegetables, eggs, or meat. The combination of fats and antioxidants will keep your hormones balanced and your body primed for recovery. One more thing, research from Mediterranean diet studies shows men who consume olive oil daily can have up to 20% higher testosterone levels than those who don't. That's a lifestyle change worth making. And finally, papaya, a tropical fruit that deserves way more respect. Papaya is a digestion and testosterone powerhouse rolled into one. It's packed with enzymes like papain, which help your body break down protein efficiently. And that's key, because poor digestion means poor nutrient absorption, and poor absorption means low testosterone. It's also rich in lycopene and beta-carotene, two antioxidants linked to testicular health and reduced oxidative damage to testosterone-producing cells. In simpler terms, papaya helps your body stay in a constant state of recovery and readiness. But what makes papaya special is how gentle it is on your system. It supports gut health, lowers inflammation, and even aids liver function, all of which are essential for healthy hormone balance. Here's how to use it. Eat a small bowl of ripe papaya with breakfast, or blend it into a post-workout smoothie with protein powder and a spoon of nut butter. The combination of enzymes, protein, and healthy fat creates a perfect environment for hormone repair and muscle recovery. Over time, that one habit alone can noticeably lift your energy, your performance, and your confidence. So let's recap, gentlemen. The 4 fruits to limit: mango, pineapple, canned fruit, and large servings of watermelon. The 4 fruits to embrace: kiwi, black grapes, olives, and papaya. Each small adjustment compounds over time. Swap the syrup-soaked peaches for frozen kiwi slices. Trade the pineapple juice for a handful of black grape. Drizzle olive oil on your salad and add a few chunks of papaya for color and antioxidant. These are small, deliberate shifts that have a big impact on your hormonal foundation. Before we wrap up, I want to share something a lot of my viewers ask me: what natural supplements actually deliver results for men's health? After looking at the research and testing what really works, I've narrowed it down to 4 essentials. 1 for stronger erections, 1 for stamina and performance, 1 for testosterone balance, and 1 for prostate comfort. These are all natural formulas backed by science, carefully selected to work together for maximum result. I've linked them below in the description and pinned comment. Check them out and see how they can help you feel your absolute best. And remember, this channel is a safe space where men support each other. I'm Dr. Aria Brooke, a urologist and intimacy coach. And here, we talk about the real issues no one else is willing to bring up. Let me know your age and where you're from. I read every single comment. As men age, this isn't the end. It's a new beginning. I'll see you in the next video.